It's actually, I'm pulling off right now on Santa Fe, and I can barely see lights in front of me. It's visibility is pretty bad.
All right, Matt, thanks for
Luckily, I've got about a quarter mile to go.
Yeah, good, man. Get home safe. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call. Yeah, man, slow down. I don't understand that at all. What? It was so wild. So, look at the radar. And if you live in Poway right now, you look outside and you're like, oh, it's a big deal. What's everyone talking about? Oh, we're like, that must be done. Honey, the storm has passed. Tropical storm Haley, that one's so bad. Meanwhile, Claremont, right down the street, is getting blasted right now in the second. It's not that far away. We have a giant county of that variance. Where are you? 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO. Go to Dave, who's in Julian. Dave, I had wind gust right now, according to SDGD, in Julian, is 48 miles an hour. Is that what you're seeing? Do we have Dave?
Because or anything else, I'm totally blind. But we got
Dave, real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part here. We didn't press the right button there. First of all, hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. I just wanted to thank you for your job, man. I really appreciate this. Okay, you know, I won't stay on too long, but I'll let you hear this. Let's see if you can you hear this?
Yeah.
That's the rain, if you can hear that on this.
Yes.
Anyway, so I haven't noticed a huge thing right here, but we're just above Julian, and it's been going in waves. So far, it ain't too bad, you know. But my trailer's about 40 years old, so you know.
Whoa, man! All right, like hang in there, trailer. Come on.
Thanks for being there. Okay.
So real quick. So how high are you? Are you you're higher than 4,000 feet?
Yeah, we're at about 43, I'd say. We're right above Julian on Washington. Yeah, you go up Washington, and we're a little trailer park up here. It's like 20 trailers.
SDG&E has the wind gusts at 48 miles an hour. Is that what you saw too, or have you felt that, or no?
Yeah, well, I haven't. I mean, we've been having wind on and off, you know, all afternoon, so I can't really, you know, I don't have a gauge or anything. I'm totally blind, so I don't see all this stuff. You know, I just know it's there.
But you're actually blind.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally blind. I've lived up here for 43 years.
How blind? How blind?
Oh, huh?
How blind?
Oh, totally.
Because I hear some people, they say blind, and there's like a big variance in blind.
Oh, and you can drive cars. I got plastic eyes, so I'm the real deal.
Okay. So, first of all, I got a ton of questions for you, that now is not the appropriate time for that.
That's okay.
But you must really like feel this then.
Oh yeah, well I love the mountains and everything. I'm a little worried I'm having leaks where I don't want them, you know, that kind of thing.
Do you have anyone with you, Dave, that can?
I've got some folks staying with me for the present, and they're trying to help, but you know we're all kind of at that bottom rung, you know.
Yeah, man, Dave. Okay. Can you maybe call back in either? I'm out of here soon. Let me know some other way. Maybe call back in to Slater and Lou tomorrow or something. I want to know how you and your trailer turned out at 4,300 feet.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure we're fine so far. It's nothing, you know, I've got leaks where I don't want them, but that happens every storm, you know.
All right. Let me know how you're doing, Dave. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, that's bad news. Gosh, like, you can be in your well-built house. No leaks here. We had a guy calling earlier, and he's like, oh, yeah, my house is 20 feet above my driveway, or 20 feet above the road. It's like, oh, great, awesome, sweet. And then Dave's like, 4,300 feet in a trailer park. So we have very different situations here. Also, I love that I got leaks where I don't want them. Never had the leak where I did want. You know? I've never had the leak where I'm sitting somewhere, I'm like, I'm really thirsty, and then the roof leaks. It's like, oh, perfect. There's a leak just where I want it. Let's go to Nikolai, who's in Lemon Grove. Nikolai, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, good. There's driving up down Federal Boulevard up on 94, and it's pretty flooded.
6%.
Yeah, I saw maybe like 2 or 3 feet of
I want to show you guys something
water.
real quick.
Definitely recommend avoiding Federal Boulevard near the 94.
Wow, that's
Yeah, I was just driving from Ocean Beach to Lemon Grove
show you
to
shit.
check on my house, and my house is fine, but yeah, Federal,
this
that's the
shit
first
out.
time I've seen it actually flooded that bad. So
where are you on Federal Boulevard? Are you like?
Road is almost
between
entirely flooded
Mallard
out.
and San Miguel, the
Yeah.
Fucking
industrial
crazy.
area right there. So
Yeah, kind of
not
on
a
the
lot of
southern
traffic,
side.
To
but
any of you
yeah, it
who
connects
are
right to the 94 West.
watching
So I
this
would
video right
definitely
now,
avoid that.
pretty
You can
sure
probably take
I think
Massachusetts
like
down to the
few
94 to avoid that,
shit's
but
insane.
yeah, just kind of warning people stay away from that area.
Okay, so you say like 2 feet of water? You think in the road?
I mean, it seems like it, maybe two, one,
Yeah.
1.5. I mean, it's enough to make you nervous. You know, cars were definitely turning around. Then I felt a little uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if I can make it through, but I have a little bit of a bigger SUV. But yeah,
Good stuff.
I'd say maybe about 2 feet or so.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. Nikolai, I appreciate the comment. Thank you for the update.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's good. Listen, not like the king of lectures here. I've seen a couple videos. I'll tell you this. I've seen a couple videos of people going through
SGX
a flooded
is
road.
flat.
And I get it.
Actually,
You're like, hey, I gotta get home. My house is over there. I gotta drive all the way around. No,
Probably
I'm
for San
gonna do it.
Diego.
And then this person will go in the water, and it doesn't have to be that deep.
Shit's insane.
And your water's now your car's now a boat. And what do you do? What do you do when your car turns into a boat? And you don't want it to be a boat. And now it depends where you are, right? I don't know if you can get like washed away when you're in Federal Boulevard. Like it could take you places that you don't want to go, or I don't know, does your car insurance cover flood? Maybe your car insurance is better than your house. Your homeowner's insurance is not good with floods. It's terrible. It doesn't exist, actually. I don't know how your car is with floods. Like, hey, how'd your car get flooded? I drove it in a giant puddle of water. Huge, giant. And they're like, yeah, no, we're not covering that. So that's also a bad day. Nikolai, I appreciate that, and I reckon there's going to be a lot more of those coming up here. We still got a ways to go with this thing. We got a ways to go. So if it's bad now, also, so we got more water coming, and then we got water, a ton of water coming up from the mountains still. They got to get down. So we got water, still, and then water still to come. All right, I want to take more. Let me take a break. Take a quick break. Jaden, Robert, hang on the line. We'll take your calls next. Anyone else too? 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO. Where are you right now? You can also download the free iHeartRadio app, and you can listen wherever you are as well. 1-800-600-KOGO. News Radio 600-KOGO. Spread the word.
Guys, fellas, men, here are the top 5 reasons to get Viagra Sildenafil through Roman. 1. At Roman, everything is 100% online. 2. Roman offers free online consultations with real licensed healthcare professionals. 3. You'll only be prescribed genuine FDA-approved medication. 4. Roman ships everything discreetly for free. 5. Generic Viagra starts at just $16 a month on a recurring plan. For 20% off your entire first order, go to ro.co/reason. That's ro.co/reason.
Have you heard of net metering 3 and understand its effects on going solar? I've been in the field speaking with potential customers, and the amount of misinformation and flat-out lies being told to them by other contractors is disheartening. For example, under NEM 3, you will still have an SDG&E bill no matter what. Yes, solar is still a great investment, but not as good as some of these quote-unquote salesmen are presenting it. Now more than ever, you need to be sure you are gathering information from reputable companies. Call the local name you can trust. Call Palomar Solar and Roofing at 760-504-0388 or palomarsolar.com.
All right, big news right here. Breaking news, very important, serious news. Go to Cliff Albert for. What do we got, Cliff?
That's right. Mike Slater, Cliff Albert here, and Phil Ferrara in the news center. Just got word of a tornado warning that's been issued, and on the KOGO Newsline with us right now is meteorologist John Suk with the National Weather Service office. John, thanks for joining us. So tell us where this tornado warning is in effect.
Sure. This tornado warning is going to be in the alpine areas where we first saw the Doppler indications for it. That's basically going to be up there, Alpine, Cucamonga, Cuyamonga, Rancho State Park, Descano, and Skype Valley, that area, getting into the Capitan Grande Indian Reservation, Viejas Indian Reservation, that area, Boulder Creek, Bartlett Lake, and that region of San Diego County.
Now, was this tornado spotted by somebody or on the radar?
No, this is a very fast-moving cell that was associated with as we get closer and closer to the eye area of Hillary. We're going to see the potential for things like this, where we're going to have really short-lived, fast-moving, possibly tornadic storms.
And we talk about the eye of the storm. When is that exactly going to cross over us?
So that's actually happening pretty close to now. It's not held together very well. We aren't going to be able to see it like you do in the movies with a nice clear center or anything like that. This thing is falling apart as it moves north. It's moving north at about 30 knots. So that's going to be closing in on 35, 45 miles an hour. So this thing's shearing itself apart. Best way you're going to be able to tell it if you're sitting on the ground is you'll notice with the rain increasing.
Flash flood warning for the following county: San Diego, California. The National Weather Service in San Diego has issued a flash flood warning for central San Diego County in southwestern California until 5 p.m. PDT. At 3:46 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain falling across the warned area. The expected rainfall rate is 0.5 to 0.75 inches in 1 hour. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding. Source: radar and automated gauges. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include El Cajon, La Mesa, Poway, Pomona, Alpine, Tierra Santa, Escondido, Santee, Lakeside, and San Diego Country Estates.
For you, the tornado warning we were talking to forecaster John Suk about just before that special alert. The tornado warning is in effect until 4 o'clock in the areas, as he said, around Alpine. The tornado was moving north at 20 miles per hour, and he said this is typical of when the eye of the storm is passing over, and he said that's exactly what's happening right now. We could have more small tornado kind of events that could occur, so we'll keep you posted and stay with it. They're afternoon right here on News Radio 600 Kogo. Mike Slater.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This is Jared Carabas. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
Despite a tropical storm that's hit California, the Chargers and the Saints will still kick off at SoFi Stadium for Week 2 of preseason football. The LA Sparks are back in action Wednesday when they host the Mercury. And TMZ reported today that Dodger infielder Max Muncy's LA residence was broken into last week, just 1 month after teammate Freddie Freeman's place was hit. Cops are looking into the incident to see if the athletes were targeted. I'm Andy Betts.
Baseball is back with me, Jared Carabas, breaking down the sport of baseball and discussing my picks all season long. Download and listen to the newest episode from my show, Baseball is Dead with DraftKings, releasing in season every Monday and Thursday, available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Listen to Kogo on the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Southeast Kogo on its way.
The city is ready. We have hundreds of additional city employees on hand.
And we give you the latest news and information right now.
Mission Valley, around Fashion Valley Mall, the Tijuana River Valley. These are areas that folks will want to avoid.
News Radio 600 Kogo Stormwatch continues.
Watch for sporting. So a watch is, hey everyone, you gotta keep an eye out. Be on the watch. Maybe in the next couple hours there could be a tornado, and just be aware. And a warning is, whoa, right there. There's one, or it's like we're ripe for one. Go now. Seek shelter now. There's no this is it. Go. That's the warning. It's always like me with meat, Prime and Choice, and I can never know which one's better. They both sound like they could be the best. It's the same thing, Watch or Warning. I think, would you think the Watch is like, there's the one, there's the Tornado? But it's the other way around. Watch is beyond the watch, beyond the lookout. It's backwards. Let's go to, it's Alpine. I do that whole thing. I forgot to say where's this. Right around the Alpine area. We'll go to Robert, who is in Lakeside on AM 600 Kogo. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, how you doing, Planner?
Good, brother. What's going on, man? What are you seeing?
Oh, dude, I tell you what, man. At the corner of Gay Rio and Lakeside Winter Gardens Boulevard, I have never seen so much water in my life in that area, and I've lived here for over 35 years, but it is about 2 feet deep, traveling at about 25 miles an hour. If you know anything about Winter Gardens Boulevard, it's a hill. It's not a flat street, and the whole street flooded. You're going, holy crap, and we just got hit with a ton of rain. I mean, it was coming down solid and hard for a good 15 minutes, and it went from 0 to hero, dude. I mean, I've been kind of laughing the whole time about the storm, going, oh, yeah, it's just another rainstorm. We'll be fine. But people don't need to be out in that. We got a lot of people getting stopped. They're not quite sure if they can cross the road. Gay Rio is still completely flooded. And if we get any more rain like that, it's going to get a lot worse.
Man, all right, so real quick, Winter Gardens Boulevard, Lakeside. Yeah, because I mean, all that water, I reckon, is coming down from the mountains right there, right? Coming down, just
correct, yeah,
down the hill.
Yeah, it's coming down the hill, but there's so much of it. You know, typically, Slater, when we're on the mountain, we don't really worry about floods because it's all going downhill. But there's so much so fast that even the hills aren't able to flush it down fast enough.
Yeah, that's right. So it's going to go everywhere else, including, hopefully, not into people's homes.
Oh, and if you start to go down Gay Rio, it's on the backside of Rattlesnake Mountain. So it's getting a ton of water right now. And this was just a quick little 15-minute spurt.
Yeah, based on where the homes are on those streets, is water going to be getting into people's homes, you think?
So I was actually at the Gay Rio liquor store picking up some milk and stuff for my wife, and he's about an inch away from it going inside his property.
Oh, yeah, so that's bad news. By the way,
I was starting to help him.
Why do they sell the liquor store?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a market.
So why are you buying milk at the liquor store? Robert, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. Thanks for that. Yeah, so listen, there's going to be a lot more of that. It's not messing around. And then, I don't want anyone to be injured, right? That's like top priority. Second priority is people's homes. People don't have flood insurance. If water gets inside your house, your insurance is not going to cover that. It's not going to cover it. So it's all on you. And if you have a torrent of water pouring down a boulevard or into your store, that's going to get into your house, and that's really bad news for you. I don't want that for you or anyone. And we still got a ways to go. Great for you here. 1-800-600-KOGO, News Radio 600 KOGO. Spread the word.
Carl DeMaio here with the president of the National City Historical Society, Janice Martinelli, and we have something in common, Advanced Exteriors. Janice, tell us about your project with Advanced Exteriors.
Well, we chose Advanced Exteriors to recoat one of our historic homes in National City using Rhino Shield, and this home looks like brand new. Product is flawless. In my 39 years of working with contractors on historic homes, Advanced Exteriors is by far the best. I couldn't be happier.
That is high praise for someone who's been restoring homes for as long as you have, Janice. You know, you're going to love the product, how it holds up year to year. Rhino Shield special coating prevents peeling, chipping, and takes care of all the imperfections on your house. To learn how you can save 21% on your project, call 888-RHINO-13. That's 888-RHINO-13. Or go online to advancedexteriors.org. Advancedexteriors.org. That's advancedexteriors.org.
11. That's the number of giraffes killed by poachers in Africa every day. That's one every couple of hours. How can you help? Join the San Diego Zoo Global Wildlife Conservancy and be a part of the team that are fighting to end giraffe extinction. By supporting our conservation efforts, you can affect change, including giraffe rehabilitation, anti-poaching patrols, and re-release of orphaned and injured giraffes. Conservation happens one animal and one person at a time. Join us now at endextinction.org.
Don't you think it's time to admit that you knew what you were doing? that you knew about the dangerous chemicals, that you watched as we flicked them into our environment, knowing that they would leak toxic chemicals into our streets, our water, our world, that you hoped we wouldn't figure it out. Don't you think it's time to admit that you let this happen? That there are about 4.5 trillion pieces of your toxic waste polluting our world right now. Come clean, Big Tobacco. For the dirty truth behind cigarette butts, go to tobaccofreeca.com.
Back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September. Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy.
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Radio 600 San Diego. Live from News Radio 600 Coco Storm Watch Update.
I'm Phil Ferrara, the Coco News Center, and this is a Coco News Storm Watch Update. The National Weather Service issued a tornado warning near Alpine. It's over, but the National Weather Service and meteorologist John Zook says we could see a lot of this to come.
Mile marker 29. Thing is falling apart. Main Street north, moving north at about 30 knots. It's going to be closing in on 35, 45 miles an hour. So this thing is cheering itself apart. That's what you can do to tell it. You're sitting on the ground, it's just a rain increases really rapidly here. And we're going to be seeing that across the San Diego metro area over the next hour or so.
We had John on live, and that is exactly what happened. So he says these tornadoes and these warnings we could see for the next hour or so as this storm continues to push forward. Now, the storm has been hitting the beach areas this afternoon. Coco's Jan Darwin is in Pacific Beach.
Here on the Garnett Street Pier, rain is getting heavier, so is the wind. Waves are getting bigger. Surfers coming out to catch them. What was shocking was to see swimmers wading into the waves. Lifeguards apparently surprised at that as well, because they got out in their red trucks and chased them right out of the water. San Diego beaches, of course, closed for Tropical Storm Hillary. Meanwhile, on Garnett Street, a lot of the bars and restaurants open and busy as people await the effects of Tropical Storm Hillary here in Pacific Beach. Jen Darwin, Coco News.
And those effects certainly forming right now. Some areas of San Bernardino, Riverside, Los Angeles counties now under mandatory evacuation orders in advance of Tropical Storm Hillary. Wind gusts of 60 to 80 miles per hour already being felt in the mountains of San Diego County, like Big Black Mountain, also Laguna Mountain. Meteorologists say that's a tremendous amount of rain that is expected overnight, with the possibility that some areas will be drenched by 2 to 4 inches of rain every hour. Next Storm Watch update, 4:30. I'm Phil Farrar.
Coco real-time traffic, well, it's still quite a mess out there. We've got a crash north 805 at D8, one north 805 at Governor Drive, overturned crash west 94 at College Grove, crash south 125 at Lemon Avenue, another one south 15 at the 94, crash center divide south 5 at Poinsettia, crash south 5 at Del Mar Heights, one south 5 at Old Town Avenue, crash east 8 on the connector ramp to south 163, overturn east 8 at College Avenue, rollover crash westbound 8 at Hopatool Valley Road. This report is sponsored by the Jimbo Trail Real Estate Team. John Monty with Coco's Real-Time Traffic.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 26th 22nd and 23rd. Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Introducing Audible's new original series, Breakthrough, the first of its kind audio-only singing competition featuring celebrity judges Kelly Rowland and Sarah Bareilles, with host Daveed Diggs. Hear who has what it takes. Listen on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention all active military and veterans living in San Diego County. Palomar Solar and Roofing is doing it again. Thanks to our partners Panasonic and Enphase, we are giving away another home solar system at this year's air show on Friday, September 22nd. Since 2017, Palomar Solar and Roofing has given away 12 solar systems at the Miramar Air Show with absolutely no strings attached. Call Palomar Solar and Roofing, the local name you can trust, at 760-504-0388 or palomarsolar.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Some people say bigger is better. When it comes to buying a home, a TV, or an ice cream sundae, wouldn't you rather go big? Insurance companies think that because they're bigger, they can pay injured people less than what they really deserve. But guess what? We're big too. As America's largest personal injury firm, we know that our size matters. If you're going up against a big insurance company, you need a big firm fighting for you. And when we win big, you win big. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-311-9595. 800-311-9595. 800-311-9595.
Hillary is still on its way.
Our mountains and deserts could receive as much as 5 to 10 inches of rain. In some places in the deserts, that's a year's worth.
And we give you the latest news and information right now.
Please stay at home if you can. This helps keep our roadways clear for emergency responses.
News Radio 600 Kogo Stormwatch continues.
Thanks for being here the last 2 hours. I am with you for 1 more hour, but not going anywhere. Lou, Slater Lou, he was on from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. It wasn't even a storm yet. He was on until 4 a.m. So, we're not going anywhere. But let's make this a good hour. I think what it seems like the thing right now, because we still got a ways to go with this, we've had 2 callers call in with flooding in places you wouldn't particularly assume. So, just had a caller in Lakeside, water coming down Winter Gardens Boulevard. And he was saying like 2 feet of water flooding down. And then we had someone call in on Federal Boulevard in Lemon Grove. Again, this isn't like Friars Road. Every time it sprinkles, there's shut down Friars Road or behind the mall. But these are in just regular roads. So that's a problem because, again, insurance doesn't cover floods. Insurance also doesn't cover mudslides. I think we're in San Diego. Our big thing is, or I should say more common thing. And by the way, I was going to say, well, earthquakes. There's the earthquake in Ventura, just north of Oxnard, a 5.1 earthquake just happened like an hour ago, too, so we got that. But insurance covers wildfires. We have wildfires here, and insurance covers wildfires. We're like, okay, well, at least insurance pulls through. At least insurance will be here. Not if you have a flood. Unless you have flood insurance, but that's super expensive, and like no one has that. So it doesn't cover mudslides either, which are going to be a major problem here. So keep the water out of your house best you can. We'll go to Jaden, who's in Imperial Beach. We haven't gone down to Imperial Beach yet, Jaden. So thanks for calling in, man. What are you saying?
Hi, can you hear me?
I sure can. What's going on, man?
Hey, yeah, I'm in IB right now, and there's just a lot of flooding on the road. I went down to the beach. I don't know, I guess the waves up in OB are cool, but I mean, the waves here suck. And also, just because the water's contaminated, it smells terrible, so now it's raining. So now the whole place smells like poop.
I mean, that's kind of like that's every time it rains, right? But now this got to be like even worse now.
Yeah, no, it was raining super hard. Like I got out the car, looked at the waves. Nah, it's pretty nuts though. Like just everything. It hasn't rained this hard forever.
There are a lot of people out and about, or no?
Nah, just like, I don't know, maybe like a homeless person. There was some dude like camping underneath the lifeguard tower. Yeah, no one
The character.
Who has a choice? No one who has a choice anywhere else. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, appreciate it. Jaden, thanks, man. We were saying earlier, there's I always get it backwards, or I think it is backwards. It's a tornado watch is, hey, be on the lookout. A tornado warning is, oh, there it is. Ivy's always on smells like poop watch. You know, you never, any rain. We have smells like number 2 watch out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is definitely a smells like number 2 warning from Jaden. Appreciate that, man. 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO. Where are you? What are you seeing where you are on the outages? I think it's on pretty good so far. I was expecting much more outages. That was one of my main concerns because you don't know how long it's going to take to get back. But NSGD warned about that. Just a couple hours ago, they warned about that. They're like, hey, we're not going to put the bucket trucks up in the high in the sky there if it's windy here. So Escondido was out for a while. A couple thousand people in Escondido. They're back up. And now Carmel Valley, it says here on the map, at least is up. If anyone in Carmel Valley who had their power out, we had a caller earlier. He's like, yeah, we're hoping 2:30. So, hey, if they did that, that is pretty spectacular. Let's hear it for the linemen who are getting up there in the rain and the wind and dealing with wires. Jeez, that is something. Vista, just a couple customers out in Vista. Carlsbad's been out for a while, but not many customers there, but still an outage. The newer ones are, let's see how many people. Let's see how many people we got here in La Mesa. 1,000 people out in La Mesa. Just happened a little bit ago. We got El Cajon. Got 100 people out in El Cajon. Spring Valley, 150 people out in Spring Valley. And one person out in Bonita. How about that? One person. How's that work? All right. So I hope that is long for you. I would assume it would have been long. I would have assumed. I would have expected if my power went out, we're done. We're done. See you tomorrow afternoon. Maybe we can get something back up tomorrow afternoon because they wouldn't fix it. They can't fix it in the storm. And then once they do get to fix it, there's a bunch of other. There's going to be a ton of wires that we got to fix, and it's just going to take forever. That would be my assumption. But the fact that some people are coming back online tonight is pretty spectacular. So well done. 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO. No school tomorrow. SDSS. San Diego Unified was their first day tomorrow. Supposed to be their first day tomorrow, so that's canceled. Pushed back till Tuesday. SDSU. I'm sure many other colleges cutting back there as well. So that's that. A lot of accidents we've seen reported so far, of course, and that is just a bad scene. Why? Think about how horrible the rest of your day is going to be if you get in an accident right now. It's going to take forever for the crews to get to you. Even if you just rear-end the person in front of you, someone gets hurt, they're going to sue you for so much money. And who wants to put them in? Then you got to go to them. You got to get your car fixed one day. You got time to go get. No one has time. No one has time for that. No one has money for that. Please drive a little slow. Plus, you got to get our guy. The guy's got to go out there and rescue you. That's what the flooding to. I just saw this video the other day, and I don't think this is gonna be a scenario here. But it was in Florida. Someone drove off the road into a big body of water. A cop tied a rope around his waist, dove in the water, swam out, it's a bit of a ways, swam out to the car that was sinking. Went in the window, I don't know if he broke the window or the window went into the window, pulled the guy out. What if I can't stop thinking about this. What if he went in, he had to go in the car? What if there was someone in the back? What if there's a kid in the car seat, in the back seat? So now he's got to swim in the car, like all full body in the car, unbuckled, pitch black, right? I guess, I don't know, it's not a pool, so it's dark. Things are happening, loud, sinking, turning. You're like, you don't know which way's up anymore, potentially. You got to get the kid out, pull him out, turn around. Hopefully your rope doesn't get caught on something. Or the car doesn't sink. Like, that's terrifying. I can't stop thinking about it once I saw this video. Do not put anyone in that situation. Let's go to Terry on AM 600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO is the number. Hey, Terry, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. Where are you at?
Right now I'm sitting on the Hollister Avenue, or not on Hollister, right over the Tijuana River Bridge.
How's it looking?
The Chula Vista Radio Controlled Airplane Club is underwater. The Tijuana River is rising a little. It's spreading out because, of course, there's no channel down here. Hollister Avenue is flooded, and there's idiots in their four-wheel drives trying to drive across it to see how macho they are. We've had maybe, a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain down here in the South Peak total. It rained a little heavy about 45 minutes ago, but right now it's just drizzling.
So what did you say was flooded? The building?
Hollister Road.
What was the building? You said like some airplane club?
Yeah, the Chula Vista Radio Controlled Airplane Club has a field right
model airplane club, like the remote control things.
Yeah, they're remote control, and their fields are underwater, but that's normal for this time of when it rains a little bit. People don't realize just how big the drainage area of the Tijuana River is, and tonight, if it's been raining real heavy down in Mexico, the Tijuana River is going to be up. I saw there's at least 4 lifeguard trucks over there on the other side of the river, so they're down here.
What are they doing?
I'm sorry, what?
What are they doing? What are the lifeguards doing? Waiting for people?
Doing what they're supposed to do. They're on standby.
For what?
Well, because some stupid idiot alien is going to think that they can get across the river tonight, and they're going to go what happens every time.
First
so
of all,
they've got
Terry,
4 lifeguard trucks down here.
Terry, migrant. Terry.
I've lived down here for 35 years. There are no migrants.
All right, we'll say. I should have done. I just had to. We'll do it tomorrow. All right, we'll do it tomorrow. So what's next? Because it's not done yet, right? So what are you expecting next?
I'm not going to do a darn thing. I mean, there's, what can you do? It's raining. It's not raining hard. At least not down here in the South Bay. It is. So I'm going to go home and light up a fire in the fireplace.
Oh, that's the life. That's beautiful, Terry.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's nice. I hate these electric fireplaces these days. You know what I mean? And my wife was like, "You should put an electric fireplace." I was like, "Man, I just can't do that. Once you have the real thing, what is the point of this stupid electric thing?" You know? Anyway, not to demean anyone with the electric fireplaces, but Terry just got me in a mood. Sounds like Terry's gonna have a really nice night next to a real fireplace. The storm coming down like that. It's a good scene. Terry, I appreciate the call. 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO. We'll take a break. Come back with your phone calls. That tornado warning is over for Alpine, but the weather people are still like high alert. Keeping an eye out because this would be the time. This would be the moment when one would pop off. So we are on that. They are on that. Ready to go if that comes our way. 1-800-600-KOGO. What you see? 1-800-600-KOGO. Where are you? And what are you looking at? Sorry, this just came across. DoorDash suspended operations in San Diego County until Monday morning. That's something. People, I'm hungry, so we're going to DoorDash some food over. Yeah, I guess, but I don't know how you put that guy in harm's way for a sandwich. Gotta be something you can slap together in the house, right? 1-800-600-KOGO. Mike Slater on AM 600-KOGO. Spread the word.
It's Mark Larson. One of the charges is racketeering. I mean, is that RICO stuff that they used to get, like, bad mobsters backing them up? Yeah, so they say, we accidentally put it up there. I don't think anything's accidental now. Trial balloons, possible?
Weeknights at 7 on News Radio 600-KOGO.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Guys, why get Viagra, aka sildenafil, through Roman? Roman's 100% online. You'll only be prescribed genuine medication. Roman offers free discreet shipping. For 20% off your entire first order, go to ro.co/reason. ro.co/reason. A station with the latest storm watch updates.
Police officers, firefighters, and lifeguards all positioned to be able to deal with the brunt of the storm.
Live local breaking weather news.
There could be some flooding, especially in the inland foothills and mountain areas.
News Radio 600, KOGO.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. You know, who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined a life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older. And
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to ethoslife.com now for your free estimate. That's ethoslife.com. ethoslife.com.
Tropical Storm Hillary has hit San Diego.
If you have to go out, look for closure signs and do not enter flooded areas on foot or in your car, since you can't tell how deep the water is.
And we give you the latest news and information right now.
Moving north at about 30 knots, so that's going to be closing in on, 35, 45 miles an hour. So this thing's sharing itself apart.
News Radio 600 KOGO Storm Watch continues.
Okay, yeah. Here, we finally got the answer for you. Someone called in 2 hours ago. Hey, Mike Slater, AM 600 KOGO, 1-800-600-KOGO is the number. There was a traffic stopped on the 8, way out east. Way out east. And the guy was wondering why. A giant boulder. Huge. There's a truck. There's a huge truck next to it. This thing's 5 times the size of the truck. And this is huge. What's bigger than a boulder? Is there a term you could to describe something that's bigger than a boulder? What in the world are they gonna do with this thing? Yeah, I got on the 8. It's definitely gonna shut you down. 1-800-600-KOGO. 1-800-600-KOGO is the phone number. I'm taking your phone calls. So this is so cool. So that's why AM radio is awesome. We go to IB. We've been all over it. We were just in IB, then we went down the street to the Tijuana River Valley, and now we're gonna hop on over to Borrego. Go to the desert. We're just at the beach now. We're at the desert. We're gonna talk to Stan. What's going on, Stan? How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Doing really good. So you guys seem to have the worst of it all here. So what are you saying?
Well, I actually drove from Orange County trying to make it to Borrego Springs for some business. I had to do it today. It was pretty good until I got to Warner Hot Springs, and then, man, things changed. It got pretty wild a couple hours ago. I'm guessing 35, 50 mile an hour gusts of wind, torrential rain. Down at Scissors Crossing now, there's going to be flooding later on this afternoon. It's still raining. There's tons of water up in the mountains that's coming down. So, matter of fact, 58 eastbound from S2 at Scissors Crossing is closed. CHP and Caltrans have that closed. But anyway, I mean, it's beautiful in its own way, but there's a lot of water, a lot of rain, and I'm heading back to Orange County now. So
oh man, what business do you have to do? Did you have to attend to today? That was the so far.
Without boring you with a lot of details, it was a family thing. So
okay, so that type of business, I got you.
You can't put family things off, you know.
Bingo, there you go. Okay, when you said business, I was like, hey man, call the guy and say I got to do tomorrow.
That's what I would have done.
Exactly. All right, fair enough.
It's an interesting drive. Just be careful out there, though. There's a lot of standing water. It's going to get worse as the night progresses.
All right, how fast are you driving? When you get on the highway, let's say when you get back on the 5, right, to head home, how fast are you going to go?
Well, it'll be 15, but when I was on the 2-lane here, I was down to 30 miles an hour. I'm not stupid. You can't see the standing water, so I'm not taking any chances. That was howling too. It still is.
What about the big highway?
Yeah, when I go to the big highway, I'm not going to push it. I'm an old guy, 45, 55, kind of depends. It depends on the conditions,
Yeah, I think that's right. So, we got people going, 780.
Yeah, I know. People underestimate the power of water. You hit some water and you start hydroplaning. That's it, man. You're done.
You can do about it. Absolutely. Hey, Stan, thanks for calling me.
Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. It's that easy. 1-800-600-KOGO. How funny is business? And my first brain, I was like, man, wait till tomorrow. Like the deal, whatever business deal you have to shake hands on, like do a DocuSign or something today, man. Like we can, that type of business, of course. So the desert's in tough shape here with the water, and listen, we've all become geologists. I've hung up my virologist degree, and I've become an expert in geology. And that when the water falls on the desert floor, it does not absorb. So it is going to somewhere. That's for sure. 1-800-600-KOGO, 1-800-600-KOGO, and that's where the biggest wind gusts have been. Right now, 40, let's see where that one. We got Imperial Valley, 38 miles an hour wind gust. Julian, 34. So East County has the worst of it with that, and probably with the rain as well, but I reckon it's coming our way, right? 1-800-600-KOGO. Well, then you have the earthquake up north of Oxnard. 5.1 earthquake. That's something. Throw that on there as well. You never know about the roads. You never know. I don't want you to get stuck. This is worse. Let's say you go somewhere and you're like, I don't know if I can cross that, or highway, the police shut it down. And then what do? You're out there, you're stuck. That is not good. It's not a place I want you to be. Hey, we're still keeping an eye on the tornadoes. We had a tornado watch for the last few hours. It means be on the lookout. And then we just had a tornado warning, which means it's either there's one right there, go away now, like go hide, take shelter now, or it is ripe for any second now. So we had one of those in Alpine. They're quick though. The watches are the warnings are quick, and the tornado is quick. It's quick acting, and it's gone. So I guess there's pros and cons to that. One thing I found interesting, and I wonder if there's any Navy guys who are listening right now who can speak to this, but the 3rd Fleet left the bay. They're like, we're out of here. So they left yesterday or early today, and they're just going into the open sea. And I wonder what that's like. If you're on an aircraft carrier in a tropical storm like that, is that a big deal to even know? Moving around a lot, is that an uncomfortable afternoon and evening? And why is it better to be at sea? So you don't damage the dock. So I wonder how that works. Is there any Navy people who could speak to that? I'm curious. 1-800-600-KOGO. Go to Harris in San Diego first. What's going on, Harris? How are you?
Hey.
Hey, man. What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if this is really worth all the fuss.
Where are you?
I'm in San Diego.
Where in specifically?
Ocean Beach.
What do you see?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is, worth all the fuss.
Yeah, why? What do you see? Just don't see a lot. Sorry, say that one more time. You don't see a big issue with it all?
Yeah, I mean, it's just raining regularly. I mean, I live up in Canada, and it's just regular rain.
Yeah, I hear a little. I finally heard the Canada right there, right at the end. I heard it. Yeah, it depends where you are. I think that's it. But I'm glad nothing's too bad. You got no flooding in the streets or anything?
No flooding down here. Yeah, it's just regular rain. I mean, we're driving up to Mount Soledad.
Oh, that was very convenient. You're going to Mount Soledad just for fun?
Yeah, we're gonna get a nice view of the action up there.
Wow. I'm in no position to advise against that, but I'm curious. If you get up there in the next half an hour, I'm curious, how's it going? Let me know.
Yeah, maybe we'll give you guys a call.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a Freenet survivor here with me.
And, we did our usual prep, but we're just wondering, if the wind's ever going to come down, if we're going to see the action down here.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see what you find when you're up there. Although I officially have to distance myself from the suggestion. I officially have to say you should definitely not do that, Harrison. That's here on the radio. But if you're going, let me know. Hey, listen, here's the deal. I think we did a bit of this earlier. Different everywhere. We have a giant county. Our county is bigger than half of the states, so everyone's in a bit of a different scenario. We also, and I've never anyone to exaggerate it. I'll never hear me hear terms like, "Oh, someone brought up this term earlier. The eye of the storm is gonna hit." It's like, well, eyes don't hit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm very careful with the verbs, trying to meet the moment. But some people are in a more serious situation. We had the guy calling from Julian who lives in a mobile home. All right, so like, you got 50-mile-per-hour wind in a mobile home. That's a bad scene. Also, if you live on one of the roads that is totally flooded out and you're below the road, your house is going to get flooded and your insurance doesn't cover that and you're out $100,000. That stinks. That's a really bad day. So you got to meet it, and let's also be very grateful that this is way worse. Let's be grateful that we don't live in the southern tip of Baja, Mexico, and we got hit with a Category 4, and we have no infrastructure, which is the fourth point or whatever. Every cities are built different. So you say you're from Canada, I bet you guys had a lot of snowplows. I bet you had snowplows, I bet you had salt. Behind the snowplows, everyone had shovels, everyone had appropriate attire for snow, everyone had snow blowers, snowmobiles, and you had the whole thing. Maybe you had some sled dogs, I don't know. That's how far north you were. Everyone was ready. Everyone had the stuff. Meanwhile, I grew up in Syracuse, New York, 180 inches of snow a year. Then I moved to Tennessee after college, and like 8 snowflakes would fall to the ground, and the whole place shuts down because they don't have the stuff. They don't have the plows. They don't have the salt. They don't have this, right? So we're just different. We're not built for rain. So you can look at that and be like, hey, this is nothing compared to Canada. This is nothing compared to Seattle. I used to live in Seattle, right? It's like this all the time. Yeah, it's different. We're built for different things. That's it. That's the spiel on that. But listen, hey, man, I hope, I don't think you should go where you're going, but I hope when you come back, there's not a bunch of water in your house, because that would be brutal, because insurance isn't covering that, and what are you going to do? 1-800, hold on, way past here, way late here. Everyone on the line, we'll take your call when you get back. 1-800-600-KOGO. Mike Slater on AM 600 KOGO, and you can download the free iHeartRadio app as well. Let's go to the news.
iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Woody Show.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Rob Ryan Show.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Free curated playlists.
Everything that rocks.
All the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
All your favorite superstars.
We are 30 Seconds to Mars. Alex from All Time Low.
Download the iHeartRadio app today. Free has never sounded so good.
News Radio 600 KOGO Storm Watch Update.
I'm Phil Farrar in the KOGO News Center, and this is a KOGO News Storm Watch Update, another flash flood warning. This one until 5 p.m. The National Weather Service says you can expect these as Tropical Storm Hillary moves upward only 100 miles away. One area that is being pelted, the coastal areas. San Diego beaches are feeling the impact of the storm, and then all of a sudden it stops, it starts. KOGO's Jan Darwin is at the Mission Beach Jetty, where the rain has calmed for the moment. Jan?
Yeah, for the moment is right. I mean, we got soaked here last hour. When the skies opened up, it was if they turned on a tap and just turned it on full, and now the tap is off. I'm literally having, just a couple of drops on my head here and there. Now, I'm down at the jetty by the Mission Beach lifeguard station, and they were able to talk to me a little bit on background. And apparently, because of the issue with the lightning and the wind, lifeguards are not in the towers. They're driving the beaches in their trucks. And that's why they're not catching a lot of these people when they're first going in the water. They're having to catch them as they're driving up and down the beach. But again, as we told you last hour, this is not the time to come down to the beach and play. There are very dangerous rip currents. This storm is just really beginning to move through. So we're going to be continuing to monitor the situation down here at the beach through the evening. What I can tell you is that the streets are already flooding. It's almost getting difficult to get into the parking lot here at the Mission Beach Jetty, which is traditionally one of the areas that really floods when we have a lot of rain. So we'll be here monitoring the situation all night. Dan Darwin reporting live from Mission Beach.
Jan, let me keep you on the line real quick. You are basically at South Mission Beach, that lifeguard tower. It's basically a brand new tower, so they're out of it. Once again, that is where a lot of the flooding takes place, as you well know.
Yes.
There's a couple of bars there. I've seen cars literally underwater there. How far up is the water right now? I know you're on the beach, but when you're on South Mission Beach, is that water starting to rise?
No, it really isn't. And they're not expecting storm surge to be an issue so much here on the beach as the flooding coming down from the hills. And, of course, our ground is still not dried out from all that water that we saw over the winter. So it really doesn't have a lot of places to go. And as I said, I drive a very low car, Corolla, and getting across these streets is already difficult. And it's a little bizarre because right now, as I said, I'm standing on the beach. It's almost dry. And I'm looking at a deserted beach, very, very few waves. Spoke with the lifeguard, by the way, for the surfers out there. You're not going to catch any waves on these beaches. Apparently, the swell is completely bypassing PB, MB. They're getting a little bit in OB, but Oceanside is where those waves are going to be high, Oceanside and Orange County. So people who are trying to come down here and catch waves, you might as well turn around and go home. But what they're asking you to do, and I also spoke with some police officers down here, and they are really encouraging people. And again, I know we sound like a broken record. Stay home. It may be safe appearing to come down now, but in a couple of hours, you could come down here and not be able to get out.
Jan Darwin from Kogo News, who is at the beach where it is basically deserted. Thank you, Jan. The National Weather Service says we could get 2 inches of rain there. Jan says it's already coming down in buckets. A big concern, the swells. She says no swells there, but more so towards Oceanside, perhaps Swami, where it jets out. That could cause flooding near the beach as well. The California Highway Patrol is urging those in the path of Tropical Storm Hillary to stay off the roads. CHP says the streets and highways are very slick, and there have been numerous crashes today. The Highway Patrol is warning the mountains can funnel strong winds across Interstate 8, making the highway especially treacherous for big rigs. Kindergartners, you got one more day to wait. The opening of San Diego Public Schools being delayed by 24 hours. The San Diego Unified School District says it is delaying the first day of classes until Tuesday because of the uncertainty of road conditions and possible damage in school buildings as this rain continues, then tapers off on Monday. Next Storm Watch update at 5 o'clock on News Radio 600, Kogo.
Kogo real-time traffic right now. We're looking at North 805 and D8. Crash clearing, right shoulder. Accident south 125 at London Avenue, center divide. Accident south 15 to the 94, right shoulder. 1 south 5 at Poinsettia, center divide. Another crash south 5 at Old Town Avenue, center divide. Also a crash east 8 to south 163. Vehicle rescue accident south 805 at University Avenue. Crash south 15 to Mission Road. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm John Monty with Kogo's real-time traffic.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Mario Lopez here. Did you know addiction to stimulant drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease? If you or a loved one has a stimulant use disorder or questions about treatment, Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Listen to Kogo on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Guys, fellas, men, are you Roman ready for a better sex life? Check out Roman. Roman has medication clinically proven to help you perform in bed. For 20% off your entire first order, go to ro.co/better. That's ro.co/better.
Tropical Storm Hillary has hit San Diego.
If you have to go out, look for closure signs and do not enter flooded areas on foot or in your car, since you can't tell how deep the water is.
And we give you the latest news and information right now.
Moving north at about 30 knots, so that's going to be closing in on 35, 45 miles an hour. So this thing's shearing itself apart.
News Radio 600 Kogo Stormwatch continues.
Thanks for the news update. Phil, Mike Slater, News Radio 600 Kogo. Thank you for your updates. All last 3 hours I've been here. I'm out of here pretty soon, but we have coverage for you right here on News Radio 600 Kogo till 9 a.m. tomorrow. Local coverage, 9 a.m. tomorrow. So all night long, there will be someone here at the Kogo Studios getting you through the storm, sharing the news, latest updates, what you're seeing, etc. Last couple phone calls, we've got some callers report major flooding coming down the streets. And just pray that doesn't get into people's houses because no one has flood insurance. Go to Steve, who's in La Mesa right now. 1-800-600-KOGO is the number. 1-800-600-KOGO. What's going on, Steve? How are you?
Hey, thanks for doing this on Sunday. This is cool. I love your show and your podcast. You're definitely providing a service. You know, I live right on the kind of border of La Mesa and El Cajon, and it's interesting because I live on a street where people just race by like 40 miles up the speed limit. And this is the first day I can remember where people are actually driving under the speed limit because they don't want a hydroplane to spin out. And, which is good. You know, if it wasn't for COVID, sorry, I would be like driving around doing stuff all day today. And, you know, I lived in, it was probably not a good idea. It feels good to do the right thing and stay inside. My question is, though, if you listen to the alerts, you would get the impression that, like, you know, this was going to be over at noon, and then it was going to be over at 5, and now it's like it's going to be over at 9. Well, why do the alerts kind of give the impression that, you know, at a certain time, you can just sort of let, you know, just let it rip, and the flooding is going to be over? Is that my mistake? Or
That's interesting. Which specific alerts are you talking about? Are you talking about more like the National Weather Service?
Oh, they come on my iPhone. It's like, you know, National Weather, whatever service.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, they were saying, you know, flash floods till noon, and then like an hour after noon, it was like flash floods till 5. And then it's like they're given a specific time where it's over. And then it just keeps getting extended. And I almost fell for it, where I was going to go driving around and doing stuff. And I'm really glad I didn't, because it sounds like I might have gotten, you know, either in an accident or just stopped.
Well, there's a lot of stupid people out there who are dangerous and could hit you. Steve, I appreciate the call. That's interesting. I wonder if, yeah, you're right. This is a good time to get reacclimated with it all. As I was talking about earlier, like a tornado watch versus warning. Like I always get those reversed. A watching and a watch is you got to be on the lookout for one, and a warning is there's one. So like run, take cover. I would think it'd be the other way around, but it's not. So that's something we got to reacclimate to. I bet the weather people would say, well, they did it with the tornado. Like, hey, tornado warning is over in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes goes, and then everyone can be like, oh, okay, good, no more tornadoes. Oh no, still watch. Still on a watch. Everyone, still on a watch. So like, I bet when they do these like, oh, it's over in an hour, that is just the end of that heightened threshold of awareness. That heightened threshold of emergency. It's like, oh, okay, that's over. But still, we're at this next plateau of still bad. Right? So I think people, you're right. People are like, oh, it's over. It's like, oh, no. Still got ways to go. Steve, that's a good reminder. We'll go to Bob, who's in Point Loma. Haven't had a call in Point Loma yet. Bob, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. What's going on in on the point there?
Well, actually, in the past 4 or 5 minutes, the wind has just picked up.
The National Weather Service in Los Angeles has issued a flash flood warning for East Central Ventura County and southwestern California until 7:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 4:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the Doppler radar and automated wind gauges indicated heavy rain falling across the warm area. Between 0.5 and 1.5 inches of rain has fallen. Flash flooding is already occurring with rock and mudslides on California 150.
And I'm telling you,
widespreading flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, widespreading flash flooding of high-density urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations will experience flash flooding
So I'm glad you called him up. So, so in case everyone doesn't know, the entire third fleet. So everything left, right? Everything left the bank.
because they don't want to leave that. Just in case I think our
What would happen if that was the case? It would just mess up the docks and everything.
Ships are heavy, and they would just like destroy lines to be able to handle the tying them up, that kind of thing. So I think the best place for them to be is at sea, and they just run right into the trough, put straight on into the trough, and that way they're not going to roll side to side. Kroger real-time traffic.
Oh, sorry about that, if you heard that. So you go right into the storm. That's the play. The move is we're going to go into the storm.
Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Warren area. Between 0.25 and 0.75 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. CHP reports heavy flooding pushing debris across the roadway east of Joshua Tree across State Route 62 from Cactus Jack to Godwin. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Twin Pattern Palms, Yucca Valley, 29 Palms Base, Joshua Tree Lake Campground, Joshua Tree in Morongo Valley. Flash flood warning for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 7:30 p.m. PDT this evening for South Central Inlo and Western San Bernardino counties. At 3:34 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Warren area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. CHP reports heavy flooding pushing debris across the roadway east of Joshua Tree across State Route 62 from Cactus Jack to Godwin. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include 29 Palms, Barstow, Fort Earl, Jackie, Yucca Valley, 29 Palms Base, Newberry Springs, Hudson Canyon Campground, Ludlow, Powell Canyon Campground, Joshua Tree Lake Campground, Joshua Tree, Angor, 29 Palms Airport, Trona, Conwood Canyon Valley Wells, Eagle Center, Loud and Searles Valley, York fire burns are ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, rural dry washes and roads. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Mitchell Caverns, Chima, Kelso, York Fire Burn Scar, Highway 95 at mile marker 29, Needles, Black Canyon Equestrian Campground, Hole in the Wall Campground, New Mills Campground, Essex, Newton and Evander Roads, Highway 95 and I-40, Mountain Pass and Mojave Valley. Flash flood warning for the following counties in California, Riverside and San Bernardino. The National Weather Service in San Diego has issued a flash flood warning for the Appleton El Dorado Burn Scar in Riverside County in Southern California, San Bernardino County in Southern California until 6 p.m. PDT. At 2:58 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain falling over the Appleton El Dorado Burn Scar. The expected rainfall rate is 0.75 to 1 inch in 1 hour. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. The debris flow can consist of rock, mud, vegetation, and other loose materials. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding in and around the Appleton El Dorado Burn Scar. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of areas in and around the Appleton El Dorado Burn Scar. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Redlands, Yucaipa, Forest Falls, Mount San Gorgonio, Beaumont, Banning, Highway 38 between Yucaipa and Onyx Summit, Mountain Home Village, Angeles Oaks, and Collie Mesa. Flood advisory for the following county, San Bernardino, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 5:45 p.m. PDT this afternoon. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues. In a portion of southwest California, including the following county, San Bernardino, until 5:45 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 1:30 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is on. Flash flood warning for the following county, San Bernardino, California. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. PDT this evening for San Bernardino County. At 4:51 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Ward area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Mitchell Caverns, Chima, Kelso, York Fire Burn Scar, Highway 95 at mile marker 29, Needles, Black Canyon Equestrian Campground, Hole in the Wall Campground, New Mills Campground, Essex, Newton and Evander Roads, Highway 95 and I-40, Mountain Pass, and Mojave Valley. Flood advisory for the following county, San Bernardino, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 5:45 p.m. PDT this afternoon. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues. In a portion of southwest California, including the following county, San Bernardino, until 5:45 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 1:30 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Victorville, Hesperia, Apple Valley, I-15 between Victorville and Barstow, Highway 2 between Felon and Redwood, Lucerne Valley, Atlanta, El Mirage, Highway 138 between I-15 and Highway 2 and Pinhorn Hills. https www.weather.gov/safety flash flood. Flood advisory for the following county, Riverside, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 5:20 p.m. PDT this afternoon. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues in a portion of southwest California, including the following county: Riverside, until 5:20 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 3:16 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Indio, Palm Springs, Coachella, Anza, Mount San Jacinto State Park, Idlewild, Pine Cove, Highway 243 between Benning and Idlewild, Cathedral City, Palm Desert, and Eastern Beaumont. https www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood advisory for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 6 p.m. PDT this evening. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues in a portion of southwest California, including the following county: San Bernardino, until 6 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 3:49 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include San Bernardino, Fontana, Rialto, Hesperia, Redwood, Lake Arrowhead, I-15 through the Cajon Pass, Highway 2 between Felon and Redwood, Northern Rancho Cucamonga, and Upland. https www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood advisory for the following counties in California: Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino. Flood advisory in effect until 6:05 p.m. PDT this evening. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected in a portion of southwest California, including the following counties: Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino, until 6:05 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 4:05 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Anaheim, Santa Ana, Riverside, Irvine, San Bernardino, Fontana, Moreno Valley, Temecula, Huntington Beach, Garden Grove, and Ontario. https www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood advisory for the following counties in California: Riverside and San Bernardino. Flood advisory now in effect until 6:21 p.m. PDT this evening. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues in a portion of southwest California, including the following counties: Riverside and San Bernardino, until 6:21 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 4:15 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Redlands, Yucaipa, northwestern Palm Springs, Big Bear City, Onyx Summit, Mount San Gorgonio, Forest Falls, Highway 243 between Benning and Idlewild, eastern Lucerne Valley, and Highland. https www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flash flood warning for the following county: Riverside, California. The National Weather Service in San Diego has extended the flash flood warning for Riverside County in Southern California until 6:45 p.m. PDT. At 4:33 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain falling across the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding. Source: radar and automated gauges. In panic, life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include southeastern Indio, Coachella, Thermal, La Quinta, Mecca, and Santa Rosa Mountain. Flash flood warning for the following county: Riverside, California. The National Weather Service in San Diego has extended the flash flood warning for Riverside County in Southern California until 7 p.m. PDT. At 4:34 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain falling across the Warren area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding. Source: radar and automated gauges. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Indio, northeastern Palm Springs, Coachella, Mount San Jacinto State Park, Cathedral City, Palm Desert, Eastern Desert Hot Springs, Rancho Mirage, North Palm Springs, and Highway 74 between Anza and Palm Desert. Taking a local statement for the following areas in California: Apple and Lucerne Valleys, Coachella Valley, Orange County Coastal, Orange County Inland, Riverside County Mountains, San Bernardino and Riverside County Valleys, the Inland Empire, San Bernardino County Mountains, San Diego County Coastal Areas, San Diego County Deserts, San Diego County Mountains, San Diego County Valleys, San Gorgonio Pass near Bannon and Santa Ana Mountains and foothills. Catastrophic and life-threatening flooding likely over Baja California and the southwestern /south. Through Monday's situation overview. Hurricane Hillary is expected to reach Southern California at tropical storm strength today. Flash flooding can be expected across the whole region, with rare and dangerous flooding expected across the mountains and deserts. Strong tropical storm force winds are expected today. These are the 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time observations for Inland Empire area. At the Riverside Airport, heavy rain and fog were reported with a visibility of 3 miles. Temperature was 73 degrees, dew point 71, and the relative humidity 93%. Wind was east at 5 miles an hour. Pressure was 29.51 inches and falling. In Ontario, rain and fog were reported with a visibility of 2 miles. Temperature was 73 degrees, dew point 73, and the relative humidity 100%. Wind was southwest at 6 miles an hour. Pressure was 29.51 inches and falling. In San Bernardino, rain was falling with a visibility of 3 miles. Temperature was 73 degrees, dew point 66, and the relative humidity 78%. Wind was calm. Pressure was 29.58 inches and rising. It was 73 at Temecula, 73 at Marietta, 74 at Paris, and 71 at Moreno Valley. At Large Field, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 72. At Chino Airport, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 75. At Corona Airport, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 74. To the Los Angeles Basin, it was 73 at Lake Forest and 75 at Huntington Beach. At Long Beach, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 75. At Los Angeles Airport, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 72. At Los Angeles Civic Center, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 73. At Burbank, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 71. At John Wayne Airport, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 76. At Fulton, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 74. In San Diego, rain and fog were reported with a visibility of 4 miles. Temperature was 72 degrees. For the San Bernardino and Riverside County Mountains, at the Big Bear City Airport, heavy rain was falling with a visibility of 2.5 miles. Temperature was 57 degrees, dew point 57, and the relative humidity 100%. Wind was east at 12 miles an hour, gusting to 23. Pressure was 29.85 inches and falling. It was 57 at Big Bear City South, 58 at Baldwin Lake, and 61 at Angela Oaks. In the northern deserts, at 29 Palms, rain was falling with a temperature of 73. It was 67 at Hesperia. At Needles, it was partly sunny with a temperature of 83. At Las Vegas, Nevada, it was cloudy with a temperature of 75. At Palmdale, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 65. At Lancaster, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 66. At Edwards Air Force Base, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 66. In the southern deserts, at Blythe, haze was reported with a temperature of 88. At Phoenix, Arizona, it was cloudy with a temperature of 99. At Palm Springs, rain and fog were reported with a temperature of 75. Flash flood warning for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. PDT this evening for East Central San Bernardino County. At 3:33 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 0.25 and 0.75 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source: radar. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. CHP reports heavy flooding pushing debris across the roadway east of Joshua Tree across State Route 62 from Cactus Jack to Godwin. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Twentyner Palms, Yucca Valley, 29 Palms Base, Joshua Tree Lake Campground, Joshua Tree in Morongo Valley. Flash flood warning for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 7:30 p.m. PDT this evening for South Central Ingo and Western San Bernardino counties. At 3:34 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source: radar. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. CHP reports heavy flooding pushing debris across the roadway east of Joshua Tree across State Route 62 from Cactus Jack to Godwin. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include 29 Palms, Barstow, Fort Irwin, Daggett, Yucca Valley, 29 Palms Base, Newberry Springs, Aspen Canyon Campground, Ludlow, Powell Canyon Campground, Joshua Tree Lake Campground, Joshua Tree, Amboy, 29 Palms Airport, Truman, Palmwood Canyon Valley Wells, Eagle Center, Linwood and Searles Valley. Flash flood warning for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flash flood warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. PDT this evening for San Bernardino County. At 4:51 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source: radar. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of low water crossings, creeks, normally dry washes and roads. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Mitchell Caverns, Chima, Kelso, York Fireburn Scar, Highway 95 at mile marker 29, Needles, North Canyon Equestrian Campground, Hole in the Wall Campground, Windmills Campground, Essex, Meaton and Evampa Roads, Highway 95 and I-40, Mountain Pass, and Mojave Valley. Flash flood warning for the following counties in California: Riverside and San Bernardino. The National Weather Service in San Diego has issued a flash flood warning for the Appleton, Eldorado, Burns, Scarlet, Riverside County in Southern California, San Bernardino County in Southern California until 6 p.m. PDT. At 2:58 p.m. PDT, the Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain falling over the Appleton, Eldorado, Burns, Scarlet. is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. The debris flow can consist of rock, mud, vegetation, and other loose materials. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Heavy rain producing flash flooding in and around the Appleton El Dorado burn scar. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of areas in and around the Appleton El Dorado burn scar. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Redlands, Yucaipa, Forest Falls, Mount San Gorgonio, Beaumont, Banning, Highway 38 between Yucaipa and Onyx Summit, Mountain Home Village, Angeles Oaks, and Colony Mesa. Flood advisory for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 5:45 p.m. PDT this afternoon. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues. In a portion of southwest California, including the following county: San Bernardino, until 5:45 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 1:30 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Victorville, Hesperia, Apple Valley, I-15 between Victorville and Barstow, Highway 2 between Felon and Wrightwood, Lucerne Valley, Atlanta, El Mirage, Highway 138 between I-15 and Highway 2 and Pinhorn Hills. HTTPS www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood advisory for the following county: Riverside, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 5:20 p.m. PDT this afternoon. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues. In a portion of southwest California, including the following county: Riverside, until 5:20 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 3:16 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated heavy rain. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Indio, Palm Springs, Coachella, Eza, Mount San Jacinto State Park, Idlewild, Pine Cove, Highway 243 between Banning and Idlewild, Cathedral City, Palm Desert, and Eastern Beaumont. HTTPS www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood advisory for the following county: San Bernardino, California. Flood advisory now in effect until 6 p.m. PDT this evening. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues.
Let's see, is it still going? Yup, we're still going strong. 1 hour and 32 minutes into the stream.
Until 6 p.m. PDT. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Water over roadways. At 3:49 p.m. PDT, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain.
Let me show you some stuff. No, parents are in the room. This has been a pretty crazy storm. We already have at least more than 5 flash flood warnings.
Flood advisory for the following counties in California, Oregon.
We got FFWs from LOX, SGX. We got a tour from SGX. And those VEF FFWs. A lot of cool stuff. To anyone else who's going through this, so stay safe. There's a lot of flooding out there right now. Well, I'm gonna end the stream right here.